In a paper published by London-based think tank 2020 Plus, social futurist Mal Fletcher, who's an Australian originally, by the way, argues that a reliance on digital gadgets and cashless payments could lead to what he calls digital dementia, a decline in social and mental functions and the ability to manage finances. He's back in Australia from London for a brief period. Mal Fletcher, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
What do you mean by digital dementia?
Well, a study that was released last year looked for 10 years at the onset of dementia and a global study discovered that the onset of dementia begins around the age 45, not 65 as was previously believed. And I just wonder if we did another study now for 10 years, if after that period we'd find the things we now associate with dementia, things like short-term memory loss, attention deficits, difficulty with basic numbers, would become normal brain function because of the way we're relegating more thought functions to digital gadgets.
Life is pretty digital now. Even those people who don't have computers at home still find they're affected by sort of the digital realm. We're pretty reliant on gadgets and cashless payments. Just describe the process of how we've shifted it, if you can at all, sort of that shifted so easily into cashless payments online.
Well, digitisation makes things so convenient. I mean, we are less likely to suffer what psychologists call time anxiety now. The anxiety that it takes to work out where am I going to get time to go to the bank teller machine. You know, we don't have to stand in line anymore, but we've got to go to the hole in the wall. Now we're saying, well, that's too much time. Digitisation allows us a way around that. So there are benefits to it. But I think there are downsides too, especially when money's concerned. For one, cash has weight, it has physicality, it has substance. So you know when you're running low on the cash in your pocket, and it's a lot easier to think before you spend. Whereas digital money is a marketer's dream. I mean, you can think less and spend more. And so in this country, we already have personal debt running up to $1 trillion. And I think it's set to get a little bit more challenging as we digitise even further.
Now, online banking allows for more sort of visibility and control of your finances in some way. You can make quick, immediate transaction transfers, can't you? You can put things anywhere fairly quickly with 2 or 3 clicks of a mouse. That's a benefit or a positive, isn't it?
It's a real benefit, and I'm not advocating any Luddite approach to trying to wind back the technological clock. I'm a futurist, so that would be a bit counterproductive. But I am saying that we need to make sure the technology serves us, doesn't define us.
How do we do that, Mal Fletcher? Because it becomes a subconscious. Oh, no, it's not quite subconscious. That's not fair. It's almost a subconscious response. It's so smooth, so easy. That the whole advantage of it is that you don't have to think about it half the time.
Yes, and in doing that, we're also ceding some, if you like, power to bodies we're not thinking about. For example, marketers use the information we use with digital cash to form the body of what they call big data, which they use to predictively analyse what we buy, how we buy it, when we're likely to buy it. And so now they're into things called geofencing, which means that you're walking down the street, you get a message on your mobile phone as an advertisement for something that's in the shop right next to you.
What's it called?
Geofencing.
Okay.
Geographical fencing, they call it. And it's the new arm of marketing, and nudge marketing is based on the same idea. And politicians use nudge marketing to nudge us in a direction behaviourally because of the analysis they get from big data. So every time we put data in any form of binary code, we are essentially adding to that list.
Now, just explain a bit more about big data to me, because we're hearing it crop up more and more in sort of daily news stories and more. What exactly does big data mean?
Well, it sounds very scary and
Yes.
sci-fi, but it basically just means that all the information that comes from any mobile device, from a CCTV camera all the way through to your wave and pay machine, even your mobile phone signal, can be analysed collectively to map certain shifts in cultural trends, in economic trends, in consumer tastes and so on. And we now have the computer power to analyse that data, whereas 10 years ago we didn't have it.
So the computer power is helping marketers predict what I'll want to buy.
Pretty much. I mean, every day, 2.5 quintillion bytes of information is added to the database.
Is that
of the
a real
world.
number?
It is.
What's a quintillion?
It's 10 to the power 18. That's a lot of zeros. 10 to the power 18 times 2.5 is how much data is added to the global information bank every single day. And we have the computer power for the first time to begin to analyse trends within that.
And every time I make a simple transaction, I buy a book online or something, or I buy something online, I'm adding to someone else's knowledge about me, my interests, my money, my income levels, and more.
Yes, in a sense, not even you personally, but you as one of a crowd of people. And the other thing about cash, of course, and I'm not arguing we exclusively use cash, but I think we shouldn't give it away too quickly, is that if someone steals your cash today when you walk out of the studio, they don't also get access to your personal information from that cash, through which they could either empty your bank account or, worse still, steal your identity. And ID theft is a $1.4 billion problem in Australia right now.